Bueno, buenas tardes a todos. Un saludo muy especial a los medios de comunicación. Quiero darle una calurosa bienvenida a la señora Federica Mogherini, quien es la alta representante de la Unión Europea para Asuntos Exteriores, y a toda su delegación. Señora embajadora, bienvenida. Y de verdad que para nosotros es un gran placer tenerla usted aquí hoy de visita. Eso demuestra una vez más el apoyo de la Unión Europea hacia Colombia. No tenemos sino palabras de agradecimiento con la Unión Europea y para usted especialmente de cómo ha sido este apoyo a Colombia en los últimos tiempos, no solamente como lo vimos con el tratado el acuerdo de libre comercio, sino después todo lo que ha sido el proceso de las visas Schengen, después lo que ha sido esa generosidad de la Unión Europea en el fondo para proyectos del posconflicto. En verdad que sentimos en la Unión Europea un amigo, sentimos un apoyo, y en esta etapa que Colombia inicia con el posconflicto, esperamos pronto, pues el apoyo y la ayuda de ustedes es fundamental. Queremos así que darle las gracias a la embajadora, que sabemos que va por todo Colombia recorriendo los proyectos. Personalmente, de verdad que para nosotros es una gran satisfacción tener un socio tan comprometido y tan convencido de la necesidad que tiene Colombia de entrar en esta etapa de posconflicto una vez logremos la firma de la paz. Con la Unión Europea tenemos pues, diferentes tipos de diálogo en derechos humanos, en diálogo político. Hemos conversado con la señora Mogherini de esos temas igualmente, y creo que pues, ahí vamos igualmente muy bien. Vamos a tener esos diálogos en el transcurso del año, igualmente con los tratados de libre comercio, de mirar cuáles son los países que aún faltan de la ratificación del tratado, que son realmente muy pocos, 3 o 4, en donde seguiremos trabajando por esto. Así que tenemos una agenda ahora relativamente pronto con el señor presidente. Se nos hizo un poco tarde. El presidente recibe a la señora Mogherini y queremos entonces que las preguntas, si sea un poco ágil, me da pena con ustedes que se estuvieron esperando, pero estamos un poco cortos de tiempo, así que le voy a dar la palabra a la señora Mogherini, y de verdad que un gran agradecimiento al señor Gilmore, quien es el representante de la Unión Europea en los diálogos de paz, en la etapa de, digamos, estar muy encima en toda esta etapa del posconflicto, a quien le agradecemos profundamente también su viaje a La Habana y su dedicación a este tema.
Muchas gracias. I'm going to speak in English. My Spanish is looking more Italian than Spanish, so I'll speak English. First of all, I'm really glad to be here. For me, it's something special. I was here already in my previous capacity for the inauguration of President Santos in the summer of 2014, but this is my first visit in Colombia in my capacity as the representative of the European Union. This doesn't mean that this is one of our first meetings. Actually, Colombia is the Latin American country with which the European Union has had more frequent exchanges at the highest possible level. It's the country that has had more visits in Brussels, more visits from our side here. With President Santos, I think we met 5 times in the last year. With you, I cannot even count. And this is a sign of friendship and the fact that we're really close partners. And somehow that Colombia is in our heart, and personally I can say thank you for that. So, we have obviously a very high interest in the peace process to be finalized, and we are extremely committed in accompanying and supporting Colombia in the implementation of the post-conflict. For this, we will have also important agreements we will sign today later on of financial support, cooperation we will put in place. But I would like to underline here the political support. We, as Europeans, all together united here to the political process, to the peace process. Not only because we see that Colombia needs finally peace, and to put an end to a conflict that has costed so much to all the Colombian citizens. I was thinking that the majority of the citizens of the country were born with conflicts already ongoing. So a huge opportunity that can open up for the country. Peace, also because peace brings more economic job possibilities, trade possibilities that we know are very important, but also because the world needs peace in Colombia. This can be the good news of this year, and this can be the good news that shows to the world that conflict that has lasted so long can finish through negotiations and diplomacy and dialogue. And believe me if I tell you, this is a lesson that the world is waiting for. So you have a big responsibility on your shoulders. We also feel the responsibility of accompanying you in these steps. And again, you will have us on your side all the way, every single step. But our common work is not only for peace, it's also on other issues, trade, and especially focusing on exports, on the small and medium enterprises that are the backbones of our economies on both sides, but also something very important that we finalized in the last months, and of which I'm very proud, the visa waiver agreements that we signed 2 months ago in Brussels, and that has allowed already in these 4 months to more than 48,000 Colombian citizens to travel without a visa to the European Union. These are small, big things that change the everyday life of our citizens and that are exactly the result of this strong partnership and friendship. And I am sure that we will continue along this way and even more in the future. Thank you very much. And by the way, Colombia is also a great partner in the region. For the European Union, it's extremely important to coordinate, to exchange on our relations with Latin America and the Caribbean in the framework of the CELAC bilaterally. We also always exchange on what is happening in Latin America, and we value the role of Colombia as a strong partner in Latin America. It is extremely important for us.
Vamos con las 3 preguntas que ustedes coordinaron. Edwin Gutiérrez de RCN, se prepara James Navarro de Noticias Caracol.
Muy buenas tardes, señora Ata, representante, bienvenida a Colombia. Lamentablemente hay una noticia que nos tiene preocupados en Colombia y tiene que ver con unos colegas periodistas que fueron secuestrados por otro grupo diferente a las FARC, el ELN, con el cual el gobierno está tratando de iniciar un proceso de paz, hay una agenda pactada con ellos. ¿Qué consideración hace usted sobre este atentado a la libertad de prensa? ¿Qué llamado hace usted en este momento?
First of all, I would like to say that for us, this is a case that is extremely important, and we follow very closely from the first hours. I know that this is not only something that concerns a European colleague of yours, but also some Colombian journalists as well. And that for us, this is a matter of primary concern, not only for the safety of the persons involved, but also for the freedom of the press. That for us is a fundamental principle of any healthy democracy and society in the world, for sure for Colombia. We have exchanged on that. Obviously, I've asked the latest news, not only to Mariangela, but also to the Deputy Minister of Defense. I know that the Minister of Defense is in these hours on the ground. So we follow, not only follow the case, but have all the information as they come and as we develop. I have full confidence on the Colombian authorities that they will do all that they can to solve this case and have more clarity on what is happening. And obviously, we will be always at their side and we know that it's needed to bring an happy end to this situation.
Pregunta James Navarro de Noticias Caracol y para finalizar se prepara Félix de Prensa Latina.
Buenas tardes para la señora Canciller, para la señora Mogherini. Señora Mogherini, teniendo en cuenta que van 3 años ya de negociaciones entre el gobierno y la FARC, ¿cree que ha llegado la hora del cese del fuego bilateral que pondría fin a esta guerra de 50 años?
I can speak Spanish for the simple answers, which normally are also the best. Courtesy. I've been following personally the negotiations and dialogue with foreign ministers, presidents, all along this years, and I am really confident that we're close to finalization of this. And I would like also to add a message for the Colombian public, because I know for personal experience in other kind of negotiations that the closest you get to the final stage of negotiations, the hardest it becomes. But the day after the agreement is done, then is the moment when the benefit comes for the people. And again, I was looking at the numbers of victims, numbers of people wounded, numbers of communities affected. It is time to put an end to this. I think Colombia deserves peace. And again, count on Europe, all of Europe, to be with you at your side in the happy moments, in the difficult moments. We are 100% convinced that it's the right thing to do, and it's done in the right way. The European story tells us that sometimes we get confused, and we think that you need strong leaders to go at war. The European history shows us that actually you need strong leaderships to do peace. And I think this is what Colombia needs now. Brave, courageous leaders to do peace.